ओम शांति शांति। ओम शांति शांति। अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। शिव का कर लो ध्यान, आ रहा पावन पुण्य सवेरा। से आए अपने आप को जानो, राजयोग के द्वारा अपना परम पिता पहचानो। इसी राजपथ पर चलकर पालो अपना बसेरा। तुम हो आत्मा तन से न्यारे, परमात्मा को प्यारे। दिव्य गुणों को धारण करके योगी बनो दुलारे। ज्योति बिंदु ही तोड़ेगा ये माया मोह का घेरा। अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति शांति। ओम शांति।
संगम युग में प्यारे बाबा, संगम युग में प्यारे बाबा, हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला। हमें आप मिले अब क्या चाहिए, हमें आप मिले अब क्या चाहिए। हमें आप में सब संसार मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला। मन में था ना चित में था, कभी मन में था अपना चित में था, भगवान हमें मिल जाएंगे। विद्वान बड़े, बुद्धिमान बड़े, विद्वान बड़े, बुद्धिमान बड़े, सब ढूंढते ही रह जाएंगे। हम भोले भाले बच्चों को, हम भोले भाले बच्चों को शिव भोलानाथ करतार मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला, मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला। संगम युग में प्यारे बाबा, संगम युग में प्यारे बाबा, हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला, मिला। हमें आपसे बेहद प्यार मिला।
Yeah. Om Shanti. Sister, can you close the door? Om Shanti. Sweet children, this most elevated confluence age is the age of benevolence. You underline the word benevolence. In every situation, we pay attention, and for the whole day today, we remember two words. I am a soul and I am the most elevated soul. No matter what situation come, no matter who comes in front of us, no matter what he or she says, there is benevolence in everything. Sometimes out of ignorance we say, this did not happen right, or that did not happen right. But in this confluence age, there cannot be anything that can be degrading. Everything is benevolent and elevating. Only in this age does transformation take place. This is the age when you change from the most degraded human beings to the most elevated ones. So you pay attention to the word most elevated. Sometimes situations may not be good, but I have to take care of myself that I am the one who is becoming the most elevated ones. So this is the most elevated confluence age of benevolence, and you become most degraded human beings too. You change from most degraded to most elevated. Question: by thinking or speaking of which particular things can you never make any progress on the path of this knowledge? Answer: if it's in the drama, I will make effort. I will do it if the drama inspires me. Those who think or speak in this way can never make progress. Those who don't take responsibility of themselves, and if they just rely on drama, they cannot make progress. It is wrong to say this. Never say this from your mouth. You know that it's also fixed in the drama for you to make effort now. You do have to make effort. So there is one aim and objective of each and every point of this knowledge, that to increase the power of soul, to become benevolent. So you take care of self-effort, self-transformation. Whatever happened, past, it was drama. So we have to elevate the power of the soul. So whatever is going to happen is my responsibility. Whatever happened was drama. And it's just this one elevated thought, and you become elevated soul, and there is benefit for the soul in this. So whatever is going to happen in the future, don't say drama for that. And whatever happened is drama. So if you remember this, that is the accurate knowledge of drama. Song. This is the story of the flame and the storm. Now you keep the picture in front of you all the time. This is the story of the flame and the storm. So no matter how big the storm is, you remember this and you keep it in your picture. If you just keep the point in your mind, you will forget. So this is the yoga of intellect, meaning you see the picture. Om Shanti. Human beings of the Iron Age have composed this song, but they don't understand the meaning of it. You know it. You are now the most elevated confluence aged beings. Together with confluence age, you also have to write the most elevated. Why should you write the most elevated? So that they know that this is the confluence age to become the most elevated ones. Because of not remembering points of this knowledge, you children forget to write such points. This is the main thing, and only you understand the meaning of it. That is the most elevated month of charity. This is the most elevated confluence age. Baba yesterday said you are becoming deity. So if you just remember one word for the whole day, that I am a deity, I am a deity, and automatically your actions will become charitable action and great action. So remember the word, I am the most elevated being, and it is my for everything happens for my benefit. And how would the flame be? The flame would remain unshakable and immovable for the whole day. The flame means the soul. Didi was sharing that. This confluence is also a festival. This is the most elevated festival. You know that you are now becoming the most elevated, the highest of all beings. Lakshmi and Narayan are called the highest of all, the wealthiest of all, number one. In the scriptures, it says that there was a great annihilation and that the number one Sri Krishna then came floating on a peepal leaf in the ocean. What would you say now? What would you say now? Which ocean did he come from? So Sri Krishna liberated from the jail and came to the other side, that was ocean. And what was the jail? Jail of vices. So Sri Krishna came from the jail of vices to the ocean, means to Baba. Didi is explaining the meaning. This Sri Krishna, whom you call Shyam Sundar, is number one. It is shown that he came sucking his thumb. A baby remains in a womb. So Sri Krishna, the highest of all being, is the first one to emerge from the ocean of knowledge. So first thing is knowledge, because purity will come from the knowledge. So what is the biggest and first gift to us is knowledge. With knowledge you receive purity, peace, happiness, everything. So with this knowledge we get liberated from the vices and go to the ocean. So Sri Krishna is the first one emerged from the ocean of knowledge. So who are we? Who are we? Sri Krishna is number one. Then who are we? We are just the next to Sri Krishna. Close, very close. Heaven is established by the ocean of knowledge. So I have to use knowledge to establish heaven, because heaven is established by the ocean of knowledge. And in Baba's Murli, there is knowledge for every situation. If someone is saying something, you think accordingly. If someone did something, you do this. The number one most elevated being is Sri Krishna, and that one is the ocean of knowledge, not the ocean of water. Annihilation never takes place. When new children come, the father has to repeat the old points: the golden age, the silver age, the copper age, and the iron age. These four ages are known anyway. The fifth age is the most elevated confluence age. Human beings change in this age. They change from the most degraded to the most elevated. So we just have to pay attention that we change to elevated being. So people of the world are changing to degradation, while we have to change to a higher level. So to the extent that there is transformation in the world, to the extent, and we have to change, being Baba's children, faster than the world is changing. So who is going fast, the time or the I, the soul? So that was a Murli of 1990, but in 2025 the time is really going very fast. Human beings change in this age. They change from the most degraded to the most elevated. Shiv Baba is called the most elevated or highest one of all. He is the supreme soul, God. Then the highest human beings are Lakshmi and Narayan. Who made them those? Only you children know this. You children understand that it is at this time that we make effort to become like them. So, who are we becoming? Becoming Lakshmi and Narayan. So there will be situation arise in front of me to make me Lakshmi and Narayan, because polishing has to happen. So the situations has come to make me like Lakshmi and Narayan. That soul has come to make me like Lakshmi and Narayan. If we just think that, we will become elevated one. There is at this time we make effort to become like them. There is nothing difficult in this effort. It is most simple. This is underline sentence. It's God is saying that this effort is the most simple one. Baba is saying it's most simple. And how do we think? Sometimes we say, Baba, it's so difficult to deal with this one or that one. Then our words will become wrong, because this effort is the most simple one. Why is it most simple? Because who is with us? God is with us. If we were alone, then yes, it would be difficult. So God is telling us what to do, and He also gives us the power, and He also become our companion. So that is why, so Almighty is our companion, and that is why it is most simple. Those who study are innocent, weak mothers and hunchbacks with no education. It is explained very simply for them. Look, there used to be a sage in Ahmedabad who would say that he didn't eat or drink anything. Okay, so what if someone doesn't eat or drink for his whole life? He still doesn't attain anything by doing that. Even a tree receives nourishment. It receives fertilizer and water which make it grow in a natural way. The sage must have received some occult power. There are many who walk on water and fire. What benefit is there in doing that? By studying this easy Raj Yoga, you experience benefit for birth after birth. So what is the biggest magic? What is the biggest magic? So if there is a big magic, we shouldn't think about small thing. So don't think about occult powers. They are very small magics, while ours is the biggest magic, the biggest transformation that is happening. By studying this easy Raja Yoga, you experience benefit for birth after birth. So, with occult power, there is no benefit for even one birth, while with Raja Yoga, there is benefit for 21 births. Not only 21 births, but the whole cycle. And then the whole cycle is repeating. So there is always benefit and benefit and benefit. So see Brahma Baba's life. His last birth was so beautiful. It was so perfect. And the birth before coming into knowledge is the most degraded one in the whole cycle. So Didi asked to raise the hand those who had a good birth before coming to knowledge. So from being unhappy, you are made happy for birth after birth. So there is no chance to have sorrow in the confluence age. The father says, children, according to the drama, I am telling you deep things. For instance, Baba has explained to you how they have confused Shiva and Shankar. Shankar doesn't even have a part to play in this world. Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu have parts to play. Brahma and Vishnu have an all-round part. Brahma and Vishnu have an all-round part. Shiv Baba only has a part at this time. So Brahma and Vishnu have all-round part while Shiv Baba only has a part at this time. And this is why he comes now and gives this knowledge. He then goes back to the land of Nirvana. He gives the children all of his property and he then goes into the stage of retirement. To be in the stage of retirement means to make effort to go beyond sound through a guru. However, no one can return home yet because everyone is vicious and corrupt. Everyone takes birth through vice. Lakshmi and Narayan are viceless. They don't take birth through sin. This is why they are called elevated. So Lakshmi and Narayan are called elevated. Kumaris too are viceless. This is why everyone bows to them. So Baba has explained that Shankar doesn't have a part to play here. However, Prajapita Brahma is definitely the father of people. Shiv Baba is called the father of souls. So just few days before it came in the Murli, how many children does Shiv Baba have and how many children does Brahma Baba have? All the souls of the world are the children of Shiv Baba. And how many children Brahma Baba has? We all Brahmins are children of Brahma Baba. So he is Shiv Baba is the eternal father. You have to imbibe these deep aspects very well. Great philosophers receive great titles. Scholars receive the title of Sri 108. They pass in the college at Banaras and receive those titles. Baba sent Gupta ji to Banaras to explain to them that they had taken the father's title for themselves. So one day somebody met me and his title is 1008. So that sister introduced him by mistake saying 108, but then it was said, no, it's 1008. So Baba is saying, explain them that God's father is, they have taken God's titles. The father is called Shri Shri 108 Jagat Guru. There is a rosary of 108. 8 jewels have been remembered. They passed with honors. That is why their rosary is turned. Then the 108 who are less elevated than them are worshipped. When people hold a sacrificial fire, they make 1,000 saligrams. Some make 10,000, some 50,000, and some even 100,000. They make them of clay and then hold a sacrificial fire. If a businessman is very prosperous, he would have 100,000 saligrams made. The father has explained that the rosary is very long. There is even a rosary of 16,108. The father sits here and explains these things to you. Children, all of you are serving Bharat with the father. So add one thing, that with my stage, Bharat is becoming elevated. So you renounce a little bit, you bow down a little bit, you make a full stop a little bit. Then to make your stage, and that Bharat is becoming elevated. That is the biggest service. Didi was sharing that. Since the father is worshipped, even the children should be worshipped. People don't know why Rudra is worshipped. All are the children of Shiv Baba. At this time, the world population is so large. All souls are Shiv Baba's children, but not all are his helpers. So there are many childrens, but not all of them are Baba's helpers. So what kind of children are we? We are God's helpers. We are God's helpers. So you just make a little effort in your thoughts and think whose helpers are we? We are God's helpers. So remember whose helpers are we. When you are serving in department and you think that you are helper of God, we are on godly service, we are God's helpers, then you become unshakable and immovable. Same way you become constant in your stage and effort too. Is there anything that can be bigger than this? So Baba is saying we are most elevated ones in the beginning of the Murli. The more you remember him at this time, the more elevated you become. The more you remember him at this time, the more elevated you become. So whom you become like the person whom you remember the most. That is why you remember Baba. You become worthy of worship. No one else has the power to explain these things. This is why they say that no one knows the depths of God. The Father himself comes and explains that he is called the ocean of knowledge. Therefore, He definitely does. He definitely does give this knowledge. There is no question of inspiration. Does God explain through inspiration? You know that He has the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. He tells this to you, children. You do have this. You do have faith in this, but in spite of having faith, you forget the Father. Remembrance of the Father is the essence of this study. It does take effort to attain the Karmadit stage by having remembrance of the Father. It is in this remembrance that Maya causes obstacles. There are not that many obstacles in studying. They say of Shankar that when he opened his eyes, destruction took place. It isn't right to say this because the first of all, the destruction of our vices will happen. The Father says, neither do I inspire destruction, nor does Shankar carry out destruction. That is wrong. Shiv Baba says, I don't do destruction. Shankar doesn't do destruction. Deities don't do destruction. Then who does destruction? Who does destruction of the Iron Age? Who does the destruction? God doesn't do destruction. Shankar doesn't do destruction. Shiv Baba now sits here and explains these things. This body is the chariot of this soul. Each soul is riding in his own chariot. The Father says, I take this one's chariot on loan. This is why my birth is said to be divine and unique. The cycle of 84 births is now in your intellects. You know that you will go home and then go to heaven. Baba explains everything very easily, and you see the picture that we go home now. And how do we go home? You can't go home without becoming pure, because that world is the world, pure world. So you go home, then you come back to heaven. Baba explains everything very easily. You must not have heart failure. Some say, Baba, I am not educated. Nothing comes out of my mouth. However, it isn't like that. The mouth definitely works. Even when you eat, your mouth works. So Baba is explaining like he is explaining the small children. It is impossible for no sound to emerge. Baba has explained everything very simply. Even when someone is observing silence, he can still signal upwards to remember that one. Only the one bestower is the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. As well as now, he is also the bestower on the path of devotion. Then, in the stage of retirement, there is just peace. You children also reside in the land of peace. You continue to play your parts that are recorded in you. Our parts now are to make the world new. His name is very good. So there are three things. First is you make Bharat into heaven. Secondly, you are godly helpers. And third is you are the world transformer. So with very little effort, with the effort of remembering Baba. So many big things are happening with your remembrance. Didi is sharing that. Our parts now are to make the world new. His name is very good, Heavenly God the Father. The Father is the creator of heaven. He does not create hell. So God doesn't live in heaven, but He makes heaven for us. A building is always built new. Shiv Baba creates a new world through Brahma. He has received that part. In this old world, all human beings continue to cause sorrow for one another. And who are we children? We are the bestower of happiness and remover of sorrow. The other person is giving us sorrow because that person himself is in sorrow. He is not giving us sorrow, but he himself is in sorrow. So we are the bestower of happiness and remover of sorrow. You know that you are the children of Shiv Baba. Then, as bodily beings, you are the adopted children of Prajapita Brahma. It is Shiv Baba, the creator, who gives us this knowledge. The knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of his creation. Your aim and objective is to become this. People incur so much expenditure creating marble idols. This is the godly world university. The whole universe is being changed. So we were making Bharat into heaven, then we are godly helpers, and then we are world transformers. How? By changing ourselves. So by changing ourselves, the whole universe is being changed. The character of everyone is devilish. They continue to cause sorrow from the beginning through the middle to the end. This is God's university. There is only so guests will come from today. They will watch us. They will see our behavior. They will see our faces. They will feel the vibration, and with vibration they will realize where they have come. They have come to the godly university where everyone is like that idol, the deity idol. So we have to reveal ourselves. So they make the idols of marble with so much expense, while Baba is making us living idol, and we have to inspire others to become like living idols. It is God who opens it, through which the whole world benefits. You children now understand the difference between right and wrong. Because Baba gave knowledge first of all, and that is why we have the understanding of right and wrong. So this is the time, even though we are alone, we have to stand on right thing. So don't think whatever others are doing is right. No, whatever God is saying is right. And you just stand on the right thing. No matter how much you have to face, but stand on right. No other human beings understand this. There is only the one righteous one. He is the one who is called the truth, who explains to you about right and wrong. So Baba comes and make everyone righteous. Only the Father comes and makes everyone righteous. When you have become righteous, you will go into liberation and then into liberation in life. You children also know the drama. You come down number wise to play your parts from the beginning through the middle to the end. This play continues all the time and the drama continues to be short. This is ever new. This drama continues to be short. So one thing is drama repeats and the other line is drama is being short. So whatever actions we are doing, don't think that we are repeating, but think that we are shooting it. So whatever we are shooting is being repeated. So then it repeats. So underline this word that drama continues to be short. This is ever new. This drama never becomes old. All other plays, etc., perish. This drama is unlimited and imperishable. Everyone in this is an imperishable actor. Look how big this eternal play and stage are. The Father comes and makes this old world new. You will have visions of all of this. The closer you come, the happier you will feel, and you will have visions. You will say that your parts have come to an end. The drama then has to repeat. You will then play your parts anew, the parts that you play in the previous cycle. There cannot be the slightest change in this. Therefore, you children have to claim as high a status as possible. Make effort and don't become confused. It is wrong to say that the drama will inspire you to do whatever you have to do. So there cannot be the slightest change in the drama. Therefore, you children have to claim as high a status as possible. Make effort and don't become confused. It is wrong to say that the drama will inspire you to do whatever you have to do. We do have to make effort. If it is in the drama, it will happen. It is wrong to say that. So it is wrong to say if it is in the drama, it will happen. We do have to make effort. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. Keep the essence of the study in your intellect and attain your karmatit stage by staying on the pilgrimage of remembrance. In order to become elevated and worthy of worship, become a full helper of the Father. So if you feel why should I suffer, then you give your thought answer, because I am a godly helper. If you tolerate, then you are godly helper. If you don't tolerate, then you cannot be a helper. Either you are a helper or you are the one who create obstacle. Second point, you have received the understanding from the true Father of what is right and what is wrong. Therefore, become righteous through that. Liberate yourself from a life of bondage and claim your inheritance of liberation and liberation in life. So if I am under any influence of any soul, then I am in the bondage. But if I don't have an influence, then I am liberated. Liberate yourself from a life of bondage and claim your inheritance of liberation and liberation in life. Blessing. May you exchange love with others and make everyone cooperative and thereby become an embodiment of success. May you exchange love with others and make everyone cooperative and thereby become an embodiment of success. Explanation. You have now passed the stage of giving and receiving this knowledge. Everyone has this knowledge. So now exchange love. So the soul already has the soul already has knowledge when he is disturbed. But at that time, if you give knowledge, he would say, don't talk about knowledge right now. So at that time, he needs love. So you have now passed the stage of giving and receiving this knowledge. Now exchange love. Whoever comes in front of you, whoever has a relationship with you, give them love and receive love from them. This is known as being loving to all and being lovely. So we don't have to take love, but we have to give love. When you give love, you receive love as well. This is known as being loving to all and being lovely. To those who do not have this knowledge, you have to donate it, but to the Brahmin family, be a great donor of this donation of love. So in Brahmin family, you don't give knowledge, you give love. But to the other souls, you give knowledge. Even in your thoughts, do not let there be anything other than love. So if you think anything waste, that is opposite to love. So there shouldn't be any other thought. When there is love for all, the response of love is cooperation. So if you give love, you give cooperation, and the result of cooperation is success. So love, cooperation and success, 3 words. When you give love, that soul will receive cooperation and then there will be success. Slogan: to put a full stop to waste thoughts in a second is to make intense effort. So take out the Murli of 31st August. So X full stop in 1 second. So, invaluable elevated version of Mateshwari ji. Nowadays, people call liberation eternal liberation. They believe that those who attain liberation become free from the cycle of birth and death. They believe that not coming into the cycle of birth and death is an elevated status. They believe that to be the reward. They believe that liberation in life to be living in a life in which you perform good acts. For instance, they believe that righteous souls are liberated in life. It is only a handful who understand about becoming liberated from karmic bondages. This is their own opinion. However, we have understood from God that until a human being has been liberated from his karmic bondages that are based on the vices, he will not be able to become free from sorrow from the beginning through the middle to the end. So if we have any waste thought about anyone's act, that is, we are still in bondage. To become free from this is also a stage. So only when you first imbibe this godly knowledge can you reach that stage. And it is God Himself who enables us to reach that stage, because He is the one who grants liberation and liberation in life. He comes at this one time to grant everyone liberation and liberation in life. God doesn't come many times, and you must not think that God Himself takes an incarnation. Om Shanti. Avyak signal. Experiment on yourself and others with your mind with the powers of yoga. Service with your mind is unlimited service. To the extent that people see you as a sample of serving with your mind and with words, they will accordingly be attracted. Simply have this determination and service will easily continue to take place. So you become sample for this next 1 week, so that whoever comes, they will attracted by you. If you do not have time to serve with words, then you at least have time to bring about transformation by serving with your attitude and your mind. You must now not waste time in anything, but just do service. So don't have any waste thoughts. You stay in remembrance. If situation comes, you give love and cooperation. That is service. Be a constant yogi and a constant server. If you do not know how to serve with your mind, you can serve with your concentration and then you can serve with your connection and your behavior. So main points to be underlined. And today for the whole day you stay in attention that we are sample of this godly university and everyone will be attracted with that. So it's not that with the guest we behave nicely, but among ourselves also we behave nicely. So lot of thanks to Baba. So Peace of Mind retreat is going to start from today. Foreign currency exchange counter will be open from today from 1 to 2 in Gyan Sarovar. Behind meditation hall there is a counter and it will be open from today. So evening and Amrit Vela Yog will be in meditation hall for Nivasis and Murli will be in Harmony hall. Om Shanti.
आपने बाबा हमें इतनी हंसी तकदीर दी, आपने बाबा हमें कितनी हंसी तकदीर दी, जिंदगी जीने की हमको एक नई तदबीर दी, आपने बाबा हमें। आपकी नजरों से बाबा प्यार का अमृत पिए, आपकी नजरों से बाबा प्यार का अमृत पिए, सीख कर दुनिया से मरना आपके दिल में जिए, गम से गाफिल है फिकर की तोड़ हर जंजीर दी, गम से गाफिल है फिकर की तोड़ हर जंजीर दी, जिंदगी जीने की हमको एक नई तदबीर दी, आपने बाबा हमें। क्या निराली शान है, दिल तख्त पर हमें रख लिया, खुद से ऊंचा मान देकर नाम दिल पर लिख लिया। ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी, ताज तख्त और तिलक की हमको अमर जागीर दी। जिंदगी जीने की हमको एक नई तदबीर दी, आपने बाबा